So you, my friend, are watching this because you're either A, in the friend zone, or B, you want to make sure that if you do end up in the friend zone, that you know exactly how to get out of it. Let me just talk about B for a second, okay? So B is you're hoping that, if one day you get in the friend zone, that you know how to get out. So here's the idea here, and this is all going to tie into how to get out of the friend zone if you're in there right now. So just bear with me here. But here's the thing. You're only in the friend zone if you allow yourself to be in the friend zone. So here's how it works, is that a girl doesn't necessarily put you in the friend zone. Technically, I have to say, you put yourself there, okay? You put yourself in the friend zone. And the reason why you're doing this is because you're not making a move. And you're doing this because you're either too scared to get rejected, or you have a false view of how attraction works, right? That false view is you think that if you spend enough time with her, then eventually she becomes attracted to you, which doesn't actually work, right? That's called the backdoor route of going in the friendship way to kind of ease your way in, because you think that, hey, you know what? I just gotta spend time with her and not put any pressure on her and just kind of be her friend for a while, and then hopefully it works out. Well, unfortunately, that does not work out. The more time that you spend with a girl as a friend, she sees you as a friend, and it's really difficult for a girl to kind of escape that. She sees you as a friend. It's not so easy for her at this point to now think of you as a guy she can be attracted to, because when you're her friend, you're not really showing a lot of masculine qualities. You're showing a lot of submissive qualities, a lot of nice guy tendencies, things like that, which is fine for a friendship, but it's not attractive. So she's just seeing this kind of very neutral person, right? No real masculine traits that she can see that she can be attracted to. So it just goes deeper and deeper into friendship, and it's hard for her to then all of a sudden get out of that, because attraction doesn't happen through through choice or through just kind of convincing yourself. It just kind of happens as it is, just happens naturally. So going that route does not work. So again, back to my original point here, you put yourself in the friend zone because you're choosing to only be her friend, okay? Now, how do you actually get out of the friend zone? It's very simple. You do this by stopping being her friend, okay? Now, there's no guarantee here that this is going to work in the sense of you actually getting her attracted to you, but you will 100% get out of the friend zone. You don't really have a choice in the matter if she's going to be attracted. It just has to happen. So to get out of the friend zone, you have to literally get out of the friend zone by not being a friend. That's what you're choosing to do. So you need to switch things up, and you need to go to, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, attraction zone, date zone, just out of there and into a place where you guys are actually under the context or under the umbrella of, I'm interested in you, I'm trying to pursue this as a date, and I'm trying to pursue you so you and I can be together in something more romantic. A lot of the times, I'm gonna be honest with you, this doesn't work. This doesn't work because of what I already said. And a lot of guys might be thinking, well, Trip, I don't understand. Well, it has to work somehow. This has to work. There has to be some method, some trick, some sentence that you can say. Not really. You only have to try to make the move and try to just ask her out on a date and say, hey, let's get a drink sometime. Let's do something together. And then continue to build attraction by using tension, entertainment, and dominance. That's what I talk about in my Hooked program, right? So you're going to be using those to build attraction. And now you're no longer in the friend zone, but you're in the I'm a guy who is your potential mate zone, okay? Or again, whatever you want to call it. But you're going to be building attraction using TED, using that, right? Building the tension there, and then escalating it forward by using dominance, right? That's D in TED, using dominance by moving the interaction forward and eventually going for a kiss, and then moving it from there. If you're not doing that, then you're in the friend zone. Again, I want to be very clear here. If you're not doing the things that pull the attraction triggers, then you're just doing friend zone stuff. If you're not displaying your masculine qualities and you're not using the tension, entertainment, dominance, you're just acting like a friend. So in order to get out of the friend zone, you need to do the things necessary that actually get a woman attracted to you. The tough part here is that a lot of guys, they end up in a spot that they're in right now, where it's hard to get out of the friend zone and seen as an attractive person because you're kind of already seen as a little bit needy and a little bit insecure. And so those things are already unattractive to her as someone who could be a potential mate, because you're this person who took way too long to set up a date with her. You've been already, just really giving her a lot of attention, and you've been, there for her for whatever you could do. So a lot of it is kind of needy, submissive. So she's already seeing it like that. And that's what kind of double makes it harder to switch over out of the friend zone and into this attraction zone. Another way to go about this is you can kind of do a no contact thing, right? So here's option B for you. Is you kind of go away. You start to lessen your time with her. You start to move on and go for other women and start to date other women. And if she's in your social circle or somehow knows you, she's going to start to see this, and that's going to actually build attraction. But also you're going to be stepping away from the friendship a little bit. And so at this point, she's going to sort of forget about who you are, like not really, but she just hasn't experienced you in a while, so she's away from that. So she kind of forgets a little bit. That's how no contact works. You start to kind of fade in the feeling and memory of who the person is a little bit. So what happens there is, because she's going to have a little bit of that fade, what you do is you go away, and then when you come back, it's a little bit like starting over. Not 100% from scratch, obviously. She still remembers who you are and has the memories of you, but it's kind of like, oh, I haven't seen this person in a while. She forgets what the experience of being with you is like. So through this, you can kind of come back in, and it's kind of like a refresh a little bit. Start from the beginning, and then of course not go the backdoor friend zone route, but start using tension, entertainment, and dominance, those things that I talk about in the Hooked program, using that stuff to then kind of re-attract her or get to the point where she's interested, and then using it all in terms of under the context of, hey, I'm going to be asking you on a date, right? You don't necessarily say that, but you're going to ask her out to go get a drink with you or do an activity with you or do something fun while using the TED formula, building tension with her by flirting, using entertainment by entertaining yourself and having a good time in the interaction, which shows that you're just having a good time and you're loose and more confident, and then dominance, which is the whole thing, which is moving the interaction forward and going for another date or a kiss and moving it all the way to sex. Right, so that's how you can escape the friend zone, is by starting a little bit from the beginning, refreshing it, and coming back in. My advice to you, and of course you do what you want, but if you were one of my coaching clients, what I'd be saying to you right now, which most guys don't want to hear, is I would just move on from this girl altogether. The idea of chasing one girl, it reinforces bad habits and the incorrect mindsets inside of you. Basically, you're saying to yourself, it's okay to chase one girl, or you're saying to yourself false things like, well, if I spend enough time or work hard enough, she will eventually become attracted to me. So you're reinforcing just bad ideas in your head that are not going to help you with future women if it doesn't work out with her, which most likely, just statistically speaking, it will not work out. It doesn't work out most of the time with many women, right? You have to date a lot of women, talk to a lot of women, have sex with a lot of women until one actually works out. So what I'm saying here is I would try to move on from her and say, hey, okay, again, try. I urge you, try. Meaning set up a date, move the interaction forward, ask her out, do that. But then as second it doesn't work out, if it doesn't, then you just move on and move on as fast as you can. And then you'll know now to reapply this TED system to the new women that you're talking to and the new women that you're meeting, okay? So that's the ideal situation if you want the best. I know it's the hardest. I know it's the most painful. I know that it stings a lot in your heart and your soul to move on from the girl that you really like and really enjoy. But right now, as much as it hurts, in the long run, you're going to be happy that you did it. I myself can speak from experience. I've been in these situations before, and I'm always so glad in the past that I eventually moved on. And hey, I had to learn my lesson the hard way of, sticking around a woman that wasn't necessarily interested for a long time in my younger years. But now I know, and this is why I'm teaching you this, is that it's so much more worth it to just learn the lesson, move on, and go to another woman that could have the potential of liking you and being interested in you. So take that and run with it. Like this video right now if this resonates with you. I want you to leave a comment down below if you have something to say about this, or you are going to finally escape the friend zone. In fact, write down in the comments, I'm escaping the friend zone, with an exclamation point showing that you've actually done this, so you can leave and move on to someone else who's going to be interested in you. So there you go. Check out my Hooked program in the link in the description below, getherhooked.com, so you can learn more about the TED system. I hope this helps, and I will see you on the next video.